Walt Smith, the head coach for Giles County, his team ended their season tonight as they fall in a heartbreaker to White House. And he is kind enough to join us here on the Friday Night Thunder radio network on the Oak Restaurant hotline. Oak Restaurant has gift cards available to give away for the holidays. Coach Smith, first of all, thank you for joining us on a tough night. Your team got hot last weekend and ran into a pretty good White House team tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, they were. They were a really good football team. Definitely, the better team tonight. Felt like they played a really good game. Had a really good plan. Their kids went out and executed it, and they were just tonight. They were a better football team.
We tried to get you on last week. You get the win over Marshall County after getting beat by them in Week 10. That had to be sweet and give you a great sense of redemption, right?
Absolutely. When the parents came out and our kids seen that they got a second chance at that, it was really exciting for them. They were all excited and pumped about it, and thought our kids played really good that week. We made a few adjustments, and the kids really embraced it and had a really good job in practice and the game Friday night. And then this week, had a little bit of emotional carryover during the first part of the week, but I felt like we kind of righted that ship and had a better week of practice towards the end. And tonight we just we come out and turned the ball over a couple times early, and White House took advantage of it and won the football game.
You're very kind to join us. As I said, I listened to. I was the one that got tasked with listening to your broadcast or the broadcast of WKSR and Scott Stewart and Steve Pierce. You've had a team that has really had some great success playing on the night after Thanksgiving for the last couple of years. But graduation finally caught up to you guys. You lost a lot of kids, and you're losing a couple more this year. What do you got coming back next year?
Well, we felt like we've got some good kids coming back, but we absolutely have lost some great ones last 2 years. This bunch this year especially has been through a whole lot, dealing with a lot of off-field issues and coaching change, things like that. But really proud of that group. They've laid a great foundation for our younger guys to come along and learn from, and hopefully continue a great tradition of football at Giles County.
Dennis Weaver, Josh Peterson here on the Friday Night Thunder Scoreboard Show, talking to Walt Smith, the head coach for Giles County.
Coach, you talked about losing several players, and this year wasn't an 8-2 or a 9-1 type of year. But how big was it for the guys that you do have to be able to get that one win in the playoffs last week? Build some confidence, I would imagine, and get you some extra practices too.
It was definitely good for us. We had a couple kids banged up last week from last week's game, and had some young kids thrust into some bigger roles this week, and felt like they handled it pretty well, and got some good reps with the first bunch in practice, and got some good playoff reps. There's no substitute for those playoff reps that a young guy can get, and it'll definitely be a good foundation to build on.
Coach Smith, I appreciated meeting you last year in that Friday night game, the semifinal game down at the Brickyard, and sorry that I don't get to visit with you again this year. But good luck in the off season and your off season preparations, and I know that you probably, after sleeping most of the weekend, will probably start on preparations for next year sometime early next week, won't you?
Absolutely. It's a year-round thing now. We'll let the kids, they'll hurt a little bit this weekend, and we'll do some housekeeping things first next week. But won't be long till we'll be cranked up, and our young kids, we'll be able to follow in the footsteps of some of these leaders that they've left.
All right, Coach Smith, thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it, especially under the circumstances. Okay.
Thanks a lot, guys. You guys do a good job.
Thank you so much. Walt Smith with Giles County, one of our network partners on the Friday Night Thunder Radio Network.